This is our 61 model. This is essentially a TTM 56 with an SL3 built into it. It's got the single USB port on the back, same high-end sound card, 2.0, 24-bit, 48K, 32-bit floating point. It also has the auxiliary input, so you can still route your SP6 player or the bridge through this if you wanted to. You can still apply external effects processing or post-fader effects. Still got the USB insert for the post-fader effects that you can apply to that third channel. So this is the solution for the DJ who already has MIDI controllers that they like. All they want is a super high-end sound card mixer. This is it. This MSRP on this is $13.99. MSRP on the 62 is $19.99. This is basically the 2012 version of the TTM 57. 57 is going on 6 years old now, and we wanted to update it. This is a dual USB 2.0 mixer, 24-bit converters, 48K, 32-bit floating point mixer. Essentially that means that you're not going to be able to overdrive the mixer. It's not going to distort regardless of you redlining or not. Dual sound card, so it's 12 record channels and 8 playback channels times 2. So that's a 22 channel sound card times 2 within this mixer. We streamlined the mixer to make it really user-friendly, especially in regards to using it with two DJs. Either swapping back and forth or doing the whole DJ changeover thing. So right now I have this computer plugged into the USB-A port on the back of the mixer, and I'm able to stream audio from this particular computer. If my friend came along and now wanted to plug in his laptop and rock it with me, all he has to do is plug into USB port B on the back of the mixer, open up Scratch Live, and move the input switch on the top of the channel strip to the B side. You'll notice now on my computer A, the right virtual deck says in use. And if I had another computer set up here at the moment, you would see that the other computer, the right virtual deck, is now allowing me to play audio from that computer. So throw in a track, start playing audio from computer B, and then to get full control on computer B, just simply flip the input switch on program 1. Now computer B has full control of the audio coming into the mixer, and computer A is no longer in control. Both virtual decks say in use. So simple, plug in the mixer, or plug into the mixer, flip the input switch, and you're ready to go. There's no more extra cables that you have to plug in. There's no internal USB switching and turning off USB channels inside the software. So it's super streamlined to make it really easy for the performer to just get in and go. When you're using Scratch Live, it's got dedicated controls. So you're not currently able to map this to anything else inside Scratch Live. It's got dedicated controls. This is always going to scroll through the library. This is always going to trigger the auto looping and manual looping. These are always going to trigger the cue points in your samples. If you're using a different program, you can map anything on the mixer, including the reverse switches in the front for the fader contour via MIDI to your software of your choice. Another really cool thing about this mixer that I really like is that it's able to send and receive MIDI beat clock information. So by default, if you're using Scratch Live with it, it's going to automatically read the BPM information from Scratch Live. But if you wanted to then send that BPM information to, say, an external effects processor that's plugged into the mixer, you can do that through the mixer. So you're receiving beat clock information from Scratch Live, you can send it to Ableton Live or to whatever program and use this as a sort of a master-slave scenario. So that takes the place of needing to use MIDI interfaces, MIDI cables, network cables, all that type of stuff that's made setting up was kind of a pain. So you can do that all within the mixer now.